Welcome, Sexy Wookiees, to another episode of the Sexy Wookiee Squadcast. We're continuing reading Star Wars Wedge's Gamble by Michael A. Stackpole. This week's chapters are 33 to 40. A wise woman once said, "Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today." It's your boy, Sexy Leader.
Hey, it's your girl, Sexy One.
Hey, it's your simp, Sexy 2.
Let's go.
Can we just take one quick moment to appreciate...
There's a lot of things to appreciate in this one.
I snorted when I was drinking and I choked a little bit because it was just that funny.
Oh boy.
Rogue Squadron contracting. I was like, my man.
This guy, I was like, oh, get him, beard wedge. Hashtag beard wedge is best wedge. Like,
Oh God. I have family in like contracting and stuff like that. And I was so close to texting them, be like, y'all need a new name, change it to this. I know you won't
Make this
understand the
happen.
reference, change it.
oh, he's
The best
such
name
a
ever.
snarky. Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess that's happening. Rogue.
I didn't think I could love him anymore, but then that happened and I was like, yes, beard wedge, I love you.
Yeah, this was some great wedge action in these chapters. He's so cool. Then he
I
got
love him.
hurt, and I was just like, oh, get out of there.
Poor baby.
I don't know. Yeah,
Alright.
but cool guys never look at explosions.
Oh yeah. All right, so these questions are going to be mostly like, I just want y'all's reaction because I had reactions.
Because you had feelings and you wanted us to share them, I suppose.
The last one we'll be like thinking a little bit, but the first few were just pure reaction. I just want to know your guys' thoughts because I had thoughts and I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, okay. I can think of a few moments that I definitely was like, ah, in these chapters. So we'll see.
If I don't ask about them, please ask about them because I'm curious. Okay. All right. So first one, Iniri took out Patches. Was anyone else shocked? I screamed. I was like, what?
What the heck? That, yeah, I did, like, me having read this many years ago, did not see it coming. And I was like, why? But why? And then, of course, she's going to give her monologue about why. And I was like, okay, I can kind of buy that. But it's like, girl, we told you so. Like, this dude didn't care about you. He's bad news. He's not good for you. Like, maybe you should have listened to the beginning when I told them to stun her and leave her on the planet and not let her go with the bad boyfriend. But, you know, here you are. She finally came around and realized it. But just want to say, I told you so, Iniri. So glad you figured it out.
Yeah, the same for me. I like, who would see that coming? But I think the justifications of like how he saw her and then the way she saw him didn't coincide. And then so I don't know. When I saw it, I was surprised somebody could do something like that. But I guess for her to do it was something that she could actually free herself from what's been, four walls kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked. I mean, I figured like they wouldn't be together in the end, but the fact that she killed Patches and I was like, oh my God, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo.
Yeah, well, she had a good point. Like, he set up this whole, ambush, this double cross, and didn't warn her, even though he knew she would be there. So more or less, he had been willing to let her die when, just the day before, however, timeline is lost on me right now, but Corrin had saved her life in the middle of another firefight. So when it comes down to it, split second, these two, like, he's got a gun on him and she's got to choose, am I going to save Corrin or let him die by the hand of this guy who just about let me die? She made a choice.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, so good on her. Good shooting. Glad she's got good aim, I guess.
Yeah. All right, guys. How happy are we that Taiko was alive and he's there?
He has the best entrances, doesn't he? Like he just like
does.
shows up and is like, "Yeah, it's me. I'm here to save the day." Like this guy, Taiko,
Like
all the
so
time.
he's so nonchalant. I bet you he had Starbucks in one hand and he's flying with the other. He's like, "Sup guys, what
Like thought you needed a little bit of help, so luckily
Get
I
in,
was in the
losers.
neighborhood.
Get in, losers, we're taking over Coruscant."
And freaking M-Tree is like driving the getaway vehicle, and I'm just like, you two, what on earth? But what cracks me up is that he was probably stuck with the sticking droid the whole time. So I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
that's what you get for trying to pull one over on us. So no, it was cool to see him show up, save the day. He's in a fighter, and he's got the droid, and now everybody's going to be working together. And I was like, I knew he was up to something secret. I forgot Wedge was in on it, but that does make sense. So the question is, yeah, is he still a spy? Do we still suspect that he's?
Funny, that was the next question.
Oh, well, like I said, I'll save that then. But yes, I was so happy to see him.
Well, go ahead. Well, I mean, it's two questions. Okay. Well, first
Well,
question.
I can't. You can answer both of them because I can't because
You kind of
Oh,
remember.
you remember.
because I know, and so I can't give you any hints whether it's him or not.
Well, it was a surprise for me to see him again. It was just a surprise. Like I think a lot of these chapters were a big surprise just to me because I find myself reading, and then as the surprise shows up, I look back at questions that were said or were asked in previous episodes. So for me, it's really like when we first see him show up, okay, I'm surprised, but then at the same time, you have that feeling where you're like, oh, cool, like so they didn't die in No Quivazor or whatever planet that is. But as far as seeing M-Tree as well, yeah, I was more excited that M-Tree is the one doing the piloting of this getaway vehicle. But yeah, nonetheless, I start looking at things of like when we first see him is like, oh, what's this person gonna think the moment that they know this person live? I started thinking that way.
Oh yeah, like
And
Corin is totally pissed.
eventually you see it in the chapters after that.
Mm-hmm.
A spy. Now we do see we do I think I was more of the chapters that were closer to 40 that were he tells Corin, yes, you did see me. I could have helped, but I guess he didn't want to blow his cover or whatever it was, right?
I think he just didn't see him.
Yeah, Wedge
Or
said
he
that if Tycho would have seen him, he would have jumped in.
Okay. But so
Yeah.
for me, it's like the way he speaks or the way I read Tycho or Cell or Captain, whatever you want to call him. The way I read him, it's very there's no emotion. So it's like his answers are covered because I'm not reading it with any, I'm not reading it with any enthusiasm or heartfelt anything. So to me it's like, man, this guy is so what do you call it, an agent who's so good at being so undercover. That's what I think of Tycho. I can't read if this person is still is a spy, or but if we're gonna pick one, I think it would probably be that Tycho is very heartfelt and he's really telling the truth to Corin. I'm gonna go with that on a limb.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ronald's still gunning for one of the aliens.
So I squealed with excitement, squee, because I was like, oh my gosh, Tycho's back. Of course he's back. He's not gonna freaking die.
Not our guy.
He's too much of a boss ass bee for anything to happen to him. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we
So-
want him to reunite with Winter.
Yes, because if not, I will riot. I don't care that this book is as old as me. I will riot. Wait, is it?
Go
Yeah.
back in time and make this happen, Michael.
Yes.
If it doesn't already.
If it doesn't, I'm just gonna write angry fan mail. But no, I wouldn't do that. I'm not that weird.
We'll just write angry fan fiction.
Yeah, exactly. Like a normal person.
Problem
Damn.
solved.
But you know what? I don't think he is a spy. When I was reading his reactions, it didn't seem quite upset or quite like in your face. It just kind of felt like he was just so used to this line of questioning that it was more it was like a little defeated, a little like like a little defeated, like just kind of the attitude of like, I'm used to this, you know. So I feel like he could not be the spy. If it turns out that he is, then damn, he's really good and I would want him on my team. But
Really
yeah,
good spy.
I can't see him being this. I can't see him turning his back on Winter and Wedge. Like I just can't.
Well, the thing about Lusankia, the prison where they brainwash you, is you don't know you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's like a secondary programming.
Yeah. So I mean,
willingly, never. I wouldn't think.
Yeah. If it does turn out that he's brainwashed, then that's going to make for a really interesting. I don't know if it would count as a twist or not, but that would be really interesting because I know willingly he definitely wouldn't do it. Like I think he'd rather die than betray
I agree
them.
with you there.
But on to the next question. So Lore keeps saying it's a female spy. Who do you think it is?
Did he say that?
Yeah, he kept saying she, remember?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I thought they were being really careful not to.
They were at first, but then this.
In this section, did he drop a pronoun?
In this one and in the last one.
How did I miss that?
Same.
Let's see. So he said, using a security override program, he discovered all messages from the agent inside Rogue Squadron had been reclassified to ISARD eyes only. Blah blah blah. She had engineer. Okay, where was it? Crap. Okay, it was somewhere in here, but he did say she.
I thought he was talking about Isan.
In that, I messed up. In that chapter, he was, but in one of the other ones, we're recording, so I'm not going to go find it. But he did say she, the spy from Rogue Squadron. So they did drop she's.
Interesting.
So at first they kept saying they, and I was like, "Ooh, interesting." And then multiple times they said she, referring to the spy, and I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I like this question. Who wants to go first?
Well, I can't go at all.
Oh,
okay.
Damn, Megan, how much do you remember?
All of it. Nope.
Okay.
Like I just remember.
All right, bring it.
Identity. I don't remember how.
Bring it because I love this question so far. This question is, I'm always gonna answer the same now whenever this question pops up till we find out who this person
on the Bothans.
Exactly. Asir.
I knew it.
Because now it's even worse because she dropped the knowledge that she's part of some Bothan military. That's it pinged one of the persons, but I think it was Wedge, I'm not sure. But it pinged one of the persons and somebody was like, what would Bothan military be doing here? And then that raised my suspicion really quickly. Sorry to raise my voice here a little bit because
you're getting passionate.
I can see the meters going up.
Bothans.
Yeah, definitely. But these let me turn down the game really quickly on this mic before I say any more. But what would a Bothan military be doing in Rogue Squadron?
And she had connections to one of their previous members.
This is something where when somebody joins your group or joins your mission, you got to get the Carfax, right? I don't buy a car and then I make sure I get the Carfax, but when I buy the car, if it's a used car, pre-owned car, new car, give me the Carfax, right? So you got to get the Carfax on this Bothan before you even like let this person, this species,
Ow.
into your mission.
Wow. Okay, that's something.
Well, I gotta say, this whole mission, they've been really trusting, even with each other. Like every time that one little group would end up meeting up with another little group, they'd tell them what the other group had been doing the whole time. And I'm like, wow, you got to keep information separate. That's the whole point of going in separate teams. And then they meet up with this alien combine, and then they're just like, I guess you're a part of us now, and we're all going to go together, and we're going to team up with Black Sun and all these people that we know we can't trust, and we're going to let them be part of the plan. I'm like, you guys are really bad at covert operations.
Yes.
I'm
Or is it like,
I-
are they understaffed at, on the rebellion
Seriously.
side? I thought we finished, but I guess people are dying, and
Like I could see
we did
maybe
take
the
whoever we can.
rogues being like, yeah, we'll take whatever help we can, but Ayala and Winter, like they should be like, don't trust anybody. But I don't know. They're letting Bothans in now, which is anybody can come be part of this operation.
I can be
guess.
part of Rogue Squadron's operations
Wow.
at this point.
So, Ronald,
That's
because
not
of you, I
much.
made a joke at work that absolutely no one understood.
Oh my
We were
gosh.
walking around and there were a bunch of ducks. And someone said, no one forced them to stay, they just stayed. And I was like, "Ah, it was the Bothans." No one laughed, no one got it. And I was like,
Why would anybody get it?
because there were a few supposed Star Wars fans there. And I was like, y'all disappoint me.
They need to watch our show.
How dare
Then
they
they
not
would
watch it?
know what these Bothans are up to.
Oh god,
don't
I
know.
swear to God, one of the ducks just looked at me like,
Even the duck was just like,
I looked. You know what? The duck was trying to send a message, being like, "Yeah, it was the Bothans."
the duck
And
knows.
Ronald knew it. Ronald called it.
I don't know. That one that Akbar met with recently seemed to be on the up and up. Like,
Yeah, he took the stick out of his butt and he became
Yeah.
nicer.
He was like, look, I got my angle, you got yours, but maybe we could put them together and get what we both want. So I'm like, okay, this guy's promising, I
Yeah.
suppose. But all right, Jasmine, let's hear it.
Y'all already know who I think it is. I'm not changing my answer until I'm proven wrong.
Oh.
It is
Mad at you.
It's a Reese, and I'm never gonna get over that. Just because she seems so two-faced, and she just reminds me of those girls that are like, "OMG, I'm like so much better than you because I have money." OMG.
She is better than all of us.
No, she's not. She can't even get Corin. She can keep dreaming. She can get someone like him, then how special are you?
Oh my gosh.
Which,
Corin.
by the way, ooh, point to Mirax.
Oh my gosh, it happened. There was a little confession and I squeed a little bit. Like, I was like, oh, you guys, so cute. They smooched.
They smooched a couple times, and then they're like, yeah, date if we survive. And I'm like, yes. Suck it, Reese. But yeah, no, I think she's.
Mirax.
I'm still sure she's the spy. Like, even though she comes off as kind of like ditzy airhead, I feel like she's kind of smarter than she lets on, and I feel like she would be able to be the spy. I feel like she would be smart enough to be the spy.
She was in the operation though that got sabotaged. Like, she was.
Well, how suspicious would it have been if she wasn't in it?
I mean, for real though.
See,
Who wasn't there besides Patches?
Errol.
well, because she was busy dying.
No, he's talking about the Bothan.
Big brother. No,
Asir?
I'm talking about the Celestian.
Yeah, that's Errol.
Oh,
Yeah, Asir.
how dare you?
That's why I said she was busy dying.
I thought he was mixing up the A names again.
No, not this time. I checked the
Poor
character
thing.
list this time.
Oh,
you
he's been
finally
doing his
read it.
homework. That's so sad though.
I know.
And all the aliens are starting to get sick now. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, no.
So I legit like screamed when Nawara was like, I am not feeling too good, and then Sheila is feeling sick, and one of my dogs came up to me like, "Are you okay?" Like, and I showed her the book. I opened it. I was like,
Look, dog.
"Mommy, look, I'm not okay."
Everyone's
Nothing.
getting sick. I'm like, not Noara, please, not Noara. Oh no.
I will die if anything happens to him. I'm right. You know what? I'm gonna riot for a lot of things.
We're
Let's
gonna
be real.
be doing a
Wait,
lot
it's
of
no
rioting.
Nawara and who? There's another one, I think.
And
right?
Shill.
Shill.
Mhm.
I can't pronounce.
Shill, I think.
That surprised me the most because I think I was not expecting any of the team to get hit so quickly. But
Well, it's in the water supply.
Yeah, it's already in the water.
and that's why. Wasn't there a scene where they did something where they were trying to? Well, I mean, to use the thunder, right, to take down the shields. Is that the reason why they started, or it's because it
Well,
did
no,
say it was an airborne virus that we
Oh my
can't
gosh, I didn't even
supposedly
think
see?
about that. If they're gonna
Wait,
vaporize all the water and
Wait, no, but he said.
Yeah, and
I
it.
thought he said it couldn't be airborne.
he was saying the
Oh,
latest strain wasn't
Okay.
passing that way, that it had to be fluids, but they're about to vaporize all the fluid and spread it across the entire stinking atmosphere.
So that's why I'm
Rogue Squadron,
thinking
no.
Isan is really, got the brains here
Uh-huh.
because she's just like, let him take the planet. If that's, but how does she know, right? Unless the spy knows the plan, how does she know that they plan to take down the shields and then do that with the water, right?
I don't
So
think
then,
she knows they're gonna do that with the water. I
Yeah,
think
she-
that's just bad
Okay.
luck.
Yeah, she
Okay.
doesn't know that about the water. She just wanted the water supply contaminated because everyone.
Yeah, because it makes sense.
water. So yeah,
well, Corin better touch your metal and see what kind
He
of
don't
luck
even got
we can
it.
get
He
it.
didn't
Whistler
bring it on the
has
trip.
it.
Yeah, Whistler's got it back on
That's-
Nukivzer or whatever that planet's name is.
And no, and that's what's gonna happen. Whistler's gonna come, and then Corin's just gonna be like, Whistler shoots the medallion to him, and
Bro, we got like
Yo.
where we ended this in chapter 40, they're like, we've got 20 minutes until we have to
18
decide
minutes.
whether
She said 18.
18 minutes left until we have
18.
to decide whether this operation is a
Freaking
go or not. They've
18.
got 18 minutes to take down the shields. I'm like, why are we ending on this chapter? Every time it's a stinking cliffhanger. So yeah, I can't
Well, my
wait
question is why 18?
because
2
it had
minutes
been
had
22
passed.
minutes before. Ronald,
Time passes, dude.
all time.
They had to
Okay,
choose
wait.
18.
But what about Curtin finally having enough and freaking just slamming Derricote to the like
I was like, yeah, boy, get it.
butt kicking him all over the ground. I was like, oh, now you're scary. Okay.
He's like, oh, it's time for him to catch these hands.
Yeah, he like Jericho's just like,
You know what? I was
oh,
actually,
that was a really good performance. You had to talk to a scary lady, and he's just like, all right, enough. That's it.
I was team Laura on that. I was like, you know what? Someone just slapped this
Get him.
guy. Like, he's so annoying. He's
Yeah.
not scary or anything. He's you know what? Derricote just reminds me of that weird cousin that you have to talk to at family reunions who just says the dumbest or
Ugh.
weirdest things and has like that weird expression that's like kind of creepy, kind of annoying, and you have to
This is
put up
oddly
with them because
specific.
they're family.
You know who you are.
And sometimes they just say something and it's not like that cousin that you just kind of pat on the head, you're like, nice try, buddy. But it's that cousin that you're just like,
One of these days.
why do you exist?
Yeah, they're like rival
Who raised you
cousins.
like this? He's that cousin. And so when he got the snot kicked out of him, I was like,
Oh.
you deserve it for being the family weirdo.
I just liked that he has this other side that usually he's kind of scheming and sniveling and just mad, and finally he just had enough.
Oh, I started simping. I was like, yes, my man's. Do it.
Yes. That was good stuff. And we'll talk about it after recording. I have a comparison to make, but probably not worth talking about in book club. So that was a moment that I was freaking out. And then she turns over control of Coruscant to him, like basically makes him in charge of Imperial Center, which is about to get taken down, and to start the like underground. What was it called? Palpatine
Palpatine.
Palpatine
Libera-
counterinsurgency.
counterinsurgency
Something.
army or something like that. I was like, dude,
If I don't find this, I'm gonna
Moving
be
on up.
What
this
chapter
guy.
was that?
I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I just love what they're doing with his character. I like this development that he realizes that he doesn't care about being afraid anymore, and that he's just going to take the riskiest choice just because he doesn't care. And now he's kind of got this position of authority, and he's dangerous in new ways. So yeah, I'm like, he's a good developing villain.
Found it. Palpatine counterinsurgency front. One of the lamest names you could give it.
Counterinsurgency front. I like it. Sounds
Rebels,
very
you're insurgents. Okay.
militaristic.
I would like to put my 2 cents into the Derek Coat or odd couple discussion.
Tell us about your cousin.
I think Derek Coat, like he's been like, I don't know, it's just he's that smart. He's the smart one that just kind of like you won't see it when I'm coming kind of thing. But lore is very when did you become the physical type kind of thing. But only after you got it from Isan, right? So these two, I don't know. I've been reading them as like the perfect odd couple for the villain side.
Oh wait, hold on. Did you say couple? Like you ship them, or is that?
No, just
Like just partners in crime.
I need to get off Discord.
So
girl, you've been on Tumblr way too long.
Oops.
Yeah, these two, I mean, if they learn to work together, you can beat Rogue Squadron.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as we know, also there's more plans coming that are gonna turn and twist, and who knows.
They're both uniquely diabolical, and if they could somehow work together to put that kind of stuff into action, it would be terrifying. Which you know it is in this instance, and they were only having to work together successfully because they were both scared to death of Izan. So with her out of the picture and Kurtan now in charge.
Oh, I can't wait to see what evil stuff he comes up with. Don't get me wrong. I am always on the side of Rogue Squadron. I will always be on Wedge's side. But I like this new scary side of lore. Like, this is just fun.
I like for our heroes to have worthy opponents.
Yeah.
To have antagonists that are actually a threat to them.
Oh, yeah. And you guys know I send hard for villains. So this is awesome. This is fun.
Right. And so as Corrin now, you know, on the light side, he's growing as, you know, the hero. You need to have one that's on the dark side who's just as equal, who's lore. Now,
and is a personal villain for Corrin. So
fun.
it actually is a really great mirror. Those are my moments. Did you have any other specific questions?
I got one question left, but if you guys have anything else before that, I'm down.
No, I just want to make sure we covered those moments.
One last note.
Go for it.
As light grows, do you have the dark to meet it?
Very good. Very good.
It wasn't the exact quote, but I'll take it.
Something like that.
It's
some
good.
Good quotables.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're in the final stretch. Any last predictions? Anything? Thoughts, feelings, predictions?
Told you things were going to happen fast. My prediction last week was we're going to see the attack on Coruscant by the end of this book. And it is happening. I did remember there was something to do with a thunderstorm. So I was like, I know that they used that in one way or another, but yeah. And oh my gosh, they're finally getting back into some fighters. I mean, Z95 Headhunters, they're like the precursor to X-Wings. So close enough, whatever, I'll take it. Like, I'm just so excited. We're getting some flying action and some ground action. I love Wedge's team, and then you've got all the pilots. So just like the way it's divided up, I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. And now we've got all these aliens are sick. So I don't know. There's the stakes at this point are so engaging. I'm like, I can't wait to see what happens. But I think, like you said, Jasmine, I think this book might end on a cliffhanger. I think they're gonna get the shields down. The army's going to come in. There's going to be some kind of a space battle because, you know, we know that Isan's got her Star Destroyers up there, and that's kind of going to be her escape. So she's going to have to, you know, GTFO. And at that point, they'll come in. It's all part of the plan. So it's not going to be easy, but they're going to do it. They're going to take the world, and then they're going to have to deal with everything left on this world. Are we going to find out who the spy is by the end of this book? I think so.
You think so? You think it won't continue on?
I can't imagine them making such a big deal of it throughout this whole book and not pay that off. Yeah, because they're going to have all kinds of new things to deal with in the books going forward that you can't still have that angle going on of a spy. So I have a feeling that's going to get resolved by the end of this. I really hope we get another Corin Merrick scene. And I really want a Taika Waititi. I like all the ships. I just want all the ships to kind of like have a little happy, quiet moment by the end would be nice. Yeah, those are my predictions and hopes and dreams. Ronald?
I am excited what the virus that's airborne is going to do to all the aliens and how Rogue Squadron will deal with this.
What if Akbar goes to Coruscant?
Wait, what?
What if
Well, then
Akbar...
somebody better go. It's a trap, or else he'll be there.
I don't want him to get sick.
No,
I don't want Akbar to get sick. I love him.
I'd cry.
Sorry. I just
No, we know he doesn't get sick. Come on now.
But what if?
What if, Ronald?
What if?
You don't know.
They'll give him the biggest back to tank where they dunk his whole body in.
They better get blasted out of the command
They'll give
center
him a back
ship
to
and
suit.
not even talked about.
They'll give him the back to suit. Okay. I think also the spy. Who's the spy? I really want to get to the spy before the end of the book.
You just want to see some Bothans killed.
Oh my gosh.
What is this military group? I'm suspicious. It's like, how did I not know about it? I want the General Kraken, the father, to come back somehow and play a role in all of this, because that dude's been missing in action. The son is there, but the son became behind the scenes kind of a little bit.
I know. I want Pash to have another moment.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really going on with those, and they were probably the biggest hit when we at the beginning of the first episode of this book. Wedge, let's figure out what this gamble is, because I don't know. You said already, don't tell me the odds. As every Corellian, don't tell a Corellian.
That's
the
right.
odds.
A lot of Corellians.
Right. I'll take it.
Yeah. I know this is kind of funny or funky, but I would not be upset if we didn't find out who the spy was. Because I mean, I feel like the imps kind of make a bigger deal about it, and the rebels are like, you know what, we have bigger things to worry about. So if they kind of prolonged it for like until the next book, I'm not saying the whole series, because then that's just way too much. But if they did prolong it a little bit longer, because you know, Isan still has her crazy stuff going on. So if they did prolong it, like at least until the next book, I don't think I'd be too upset if it was handled well, you know? Kind of like let the drama keep going. They're like, you know, I mean, I'm assuming they'll probably take Coruscant, because like that's just how these books go, you know?
Well, and it's even the bad guys want them to. So
yeah. So I'm assuming they'll take Coruscant, and then they'll, you know, it'll probably end on some cliffhanger. And so we might not know who the spy is, because they have such bigger things to worry about. And even Wedge is like, we don't know if it's true or not.
He's like, don't care. We got things to do.
Like, we know it's true. So that's how I'm like, it'd be interesting if they delve more into it in the next book. And then in the next book, they could figure it out, you know? I think that would be interesting because I feel like that would be a big thing to deal with. And in such a short amount of time, they already have to deal with Coruscant, probably some of the aftermath. So I'm like, I feel like there's not enough room or time. So I wouldn't be too upset if it got pushed to the next book, you know?
Okay. It could be done well enough to make it work.
And I agree. I want scenes between the two ships. I wouldn't mind if Mirax punched Arisi just once, you know, just for the hell of it.
Oh
Why
my
not?
gosh, you know she wants to. She's so jelly. I'm like, girl.
And I didn't even mean
Green
because of
doesn't
that.
look good
I
on
just
you.
meant because Arisi's irritating. It's like, chill. I don't know. Go take a shot of your back or whatever and just relax.
I'll take a
Smoke
shot at that
death
back
stick.
though.
New pickup line.
Add that to the Star Wars pickup lines.
Take a shot of that
Back that thing up. Something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
I like
God.
that one. I actually like that one. That thing.
Saving that.
But yeah, that's kind of like my hopes. I guess not really predictions because my prediction is still from last week. It's going to be some kind of cliffhanger.
Yeah. I feel like that would be a really interesting way to end this, especially because we've only got however many chapters left. And that is what we're reading for this next week is from chapter 41 until the end of the book. Yep. So that is our assignment. And in that short amount of time, or in 18 minutes, they're going to have to get the shields down. The rebellion force is going to have to, or New Republic force at this point, I guess, is going to have to come in and take the planet, defeat whatever the defense of the Empire is going to put up. And we're going to have to see what happens. That's not a lot of time. So I think it's going to move. We're going to get some action. It's going to be crazy. People are going to be
so excited.
Fighter ships again, and I'm excited. So
it's gonna be good. I can't wait. And I'm really liking how evil Lore is, because I don't know, something about villains is just fun, you know. Bad, like in real life, bad guys, no, not cool. But in books, I don't know, I love villains so much. So I'm like, yes, finally, my guy, rise to your potential. Let's see what you got. Beat up your weird cousin.
I will say that is such a strength in this book, is the quality of the villains. Like we've got, I think, like 3, I guess, because you've got Isan, you've got Kurtan, and you've got Darakote, and each of them is completely different personality, different motivations, different style, and yet all of them are very threatening and devious and diabolical and evil in their own way. And they're all working together, but then they're going to be working apart. And I don't know. And I feel like they've grown too. It's not just like, and this is the evil villain and their plan just develops. I feel like they have also kind of revealed more and more about themselves, or changed how they treat each other and how they regard our heroes. So I don't know. It's just a very well done antagonist situation. I like it. They feel like a threat. And especially with the stinking virus trap that they've set up, that's just evil, and it's gonna work. And I'm so mad. So I'm like, come on, Rebellion, figure out what to do. But yeah, that is our assignment for this next week, is to finish reading this book, wrap it all up, see what happens, and then come back, I'm sure, with like tears and angst and excitement and all kinds of new hashtags for next week. But I guess that's it for now. Ronald, you are finishing up Battlefront 2, and then you're gonna do what on Twitch? We are finished with Battlefront 2. So what can we look forward to next on Twitch?
On Twitch, let's see. We're gonna go retro and be on the lookout on our Instagrams for what we could possibly be doing with retro Star Wars gaming.
Okay, so we're taking a step back in time, but keep an eye out on our social medias to see when we go live to watch Ronald get through some old games. Sounds like in the fictional universe, we are about to embark on a crazy mission. So watch out for our OCs to have some fun there. Otherwise, just follow along and see what kind of craziness we get up to this week. And we will wrap up X-Wing Wedges Gamble next week. But for now, Sexy Wookiees signing out. Sexy Wookiees.